good morning, or wherever you're watching this at. My name is Zach Stanley. I am the crossover chair for Great Alaska. Um, we're here to talk a little bit about Webelos crossover. I apologize for the lacking of my video. I don't do this. I'm not very good at this. I'd rather see you guys in person. But with everything going on, that was impossible right now. And that brings me to a really good point, is how many people out there are doing Zoom meetings for DIN meetings and PAC meetings and just normal get-togethers. Society has changed quite a bit over the last few months, and old birds like me are having to learn new technology, and some of us aren't keeping up, and some of us are still learning, and you guys are doing great out there from what I see and from what I hear. But it's that time of the year. Webelos Scouts are going to be crossing over into troops here pretty soon. And so we want to talk a little bit about the ceremonies. I'm not sure if anybody up here has done an online ceremony yet, but it's possible. We have a few guidelines we can go by, but the biggest thing to take from this is a Webelos crossover is as big and grand or simple and quick as your pack would like it. So let's go over let's talk about this online one. COVID-19 has had a dramatic impact on our society and scouting. Cub Scout dens and scout troops are holding meetings via video conference, and scout parents are using scouting programs to keep their children occupied and productive. One concern is the inability to hold ceremonial crossing the bridge events the second year Webelos Scouts who are ready, willing, and able to join a scout troop. The crisis will end eventually, and more than likely a summer is starting. We expect the summer camp will happen this year. And with that being said, at Camp Gorsuch, if you guys are attending camp this year and you do something small for a crossover, we can always do something at a camp for you guys, and that includes Eagle River Camp or Camp Gorsuch out here.
This is just blasting the rail with the heater.
Couple things to remember for your cubs that are going to be crossing over. The scout either needs to be 11 years old or hold the rank of Arrow of Light. Online crossovers. This is new territory for me, so I do apologize. So when you're doing this, get the time and date set to hold your ceremony online, whether you're using Zoom or WebEx video conferencing, whatever program you're using. Contact your scoutmasters of the troops that your scouts are going to be going into, and ask to pick up the neckers that troop uses, the epaulets and the slide if they're using slides, and also if the troop gives the scout a handbook, pick that up also, and deliver that to your cub parents. That way they have everything, so when you're doing this, your scout will actually be able to go from cubs to scouts. Make a detailed online journal of what is going to happen, when it's going to happen, and how it's going to happen. Scouts need to be in their Class A. And parents need to be standing by so they can actually dress the scout out in his new necker and epaulets. depending on how many troops you guys have, or how many scouts that are going into different troops. Not everybody goes the same troop, and there's nothing wrong with that. You want to be talking to the scoutmaster, and preferably talk to the SPLs of that troop also, so the SPLs can know what's going on and be there to help on the troop side of crossing your scout over. Same script can be used online or in person, or you can tailor fit a script to online to whatever will work best for you and your scouts. If you ever have any questions on that, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. You're more than welcome to reach out to council. We're all here to help on that one. Doing it online, I would highly encourage you to have a practice session. Again, new territory. I have no idea what I'm doing online right now. I'm in a room talking to myself and looking at my phone. So do a dry run. That way everybody is kind of on the same page of what's going on. And then normally the SPL or somebody designated in the troop that your scout is going to go into, after your scout crosses, they normally put the necker on, change the epaulets out. But that's something that the parents can do. Also, if you're doing an online thing and you have family that you want involved in that, involve them too, and have them help out any way they can. What are we gonna talk about? So I know a couple of councils down south that are doing that. I talked to a couple of cub masters and a couple of scout masters, and they're in the same boat as me. They don't know what they're doing, but they're making it work and doing a great job doing it. So let's talk a little bit about what a Webelo crossover is. I'm at a loss. So the Webelo, what's that?
So say if I was a brand new Cub Master, I had never been involved in scouting before. What is a Webelos crossover?
So the Webelo crossover is a celebration of the Cub Scout graduating the Cub Scout program, going into the Scout program. Most packs do this during a blue and gold ceremony. I'm sorry, we had a family issue, and all of a sudden I'm getting messages. Sorry, let me delete that. Sorry. It is a celebration of the Cub achieving his arrow of light, and crossing over into the troop. But like I said, most packs do this during blue and gold meetings, and that is the final step of graduating Cub Scouts to become a Scout. Bridging ceremony. Most packs have a bridge, some sort of object that the Scouts cross over. They can be as simple or elegant as you want. I know my pack, we use the same bridge for, I believe, 15, 16 years. Every time every time the Scouts crossed over, they actually wrote their name on the bridge. So we always kept track of who crossed the bridge and what year they crossed. So crossing a bridge from a Cub Scout pack to a scout troop is a symbolic act. It's no actual, well, there's an actual bridge. Most packs build or borrow a simple portable wooden one that's rustic with railings, anything you want it to be. Since each level of the pack, there's been a corresponding neckerchief. If the troop has a neckerchief, presenting one to each Webelos scout crossing over is an appropriate symbolic gesture. The Webelos neckerchief is removed and pre-folded neckerchief is placed around the Webelos neck, either with the same slide or one provided by the troop. Doing so ceremoniously with friendly participation of assigned troop leaders creates a memorable moment. In conjunction with this, exchanging the blue shoulder loops with olive green shoulder loops provides added impact. A Boy Scout handbook as well as troop unit numbers can also be presented at that time. There are all sorts of ceremonies, outdoor ceremonies, indoor ceremonies, the blue and gold ceremony. Outdoor ceremonies, perhaps the most impressive of all Webelo crossover settings is where the troop is gathered around a lit campfire in an area distinct from but in view of where the pack is gathered. Optimally, there's an actual bridge separating the pack and troop locations where the Cub Master addresses the pack family and turns things over to the leader of the Webelos Den for explanation and remarks. The senior patrol leader from the troop, along with at least 2 other junior leaders, escort the appropriate Webelo scouts over the bridge. Which has been pre-lit in their honor. Once over the bridge, the scoutmaster and the troop leaders greet the Webelos who join the troop members seated around the fire. At that time, a new member ceremony can commence. Those are awesome to do at scout camp. We've done them in the past, and they're a lot of fun. Simple, just if you want something very simple, crossover ceremony, invited of the scoutmaster and assistant scoutmaster and the senior patrol leader, the crossover bridge that the graduating Webelo scouts can walk across from the left side to the right side is situated up front. Cub master and assistant cub master and the den leaders are on one side. Scoutmaster, assistant scoutmaster, SPL, assistant SPL is on one side. The scouts cross the bridge. They are welcomed on the other side to the troop. Again, they exchange the neckers, the epaulets, handbook, and handshake. So during Webelos meetings, the Webelos den leaders, towards the end of the program, they are starting to learn the scout handshake versus the Cub Scout handshake. And this is the first time that the young scout will actually shake hands with another scout with the scout handshake instead of the Cub Scout handshake. Again, this is a symbolic grand gesture that the Cubs have been reaching for years and years. As they grow and become go into different dens, they're learning a little bit more and a little bit more, and they're further in their scout career. And this is the big step for them to start their scout career instead of their Cub Scout career. What else? Help me out here, Derek.
Diana, what questions do you have for Zach here today?
So Zach, other than the neckerchief handbook and things, is there anything else that you have seen people give to their Arrow of Light Scouts to commemorate their time in Cub Scouts?
Yes and no. A lot of packs do the symbolic arrow that you can purchase online, or you can build yourself, where the scouts build an arrow, and there's different markings on the shaft representing what they look at Derek. representing what the scout has done. Those markings can trace back from the day he was a lion cub to the day he walked away from or graduated from the Webelo pack or the Webelo den. Most of the time that arrow, the scouts are building the arrow during a den meeting, and the pack purchase or makes a plaque that the arrow goes onto with their name. And Derek is going to help me out right there too. So it right there, Arrow of Light name, and the day he earned his AOL. And his Arrow of Light is the highest ranking or highest rank that a Cub Scout can earn, which that will follow onto his uniform or her uniform as a scout. And once they've finished the program and they become an adult in the program, they're able to wear a knot. That one right there that shows that I earned my Arrow of Light also. Did that answer that for you, Dana?
It did. Thank you.
Okay. Again, I apologize. I have no idea what I'm doing here on this, talking to my phone like this. But I'll give you my phone number. So I'll try to say it slowly. I don't know. It's 315-0696. You can call me anytime, text me anytime. My email is stanleyzach@yahoo.com. And I understand now we're going from Homer all the way up to Valdez and everywhere in between. Now, I'm also a member of Nanook Lodge for the Order Era up here. We have a ceremony team that if you as a pack would like our ceremony team to go out and perform the crossover ceremony, all you need to do is contact myself or contact our lodge chief. I'm not going to give his information out, but you can contact council. Council will contact lodge, and the lodge will contact you. And we would be more than happy to go out and do a ceremony for you also that way. And if you have any questions, or if you are doing a crossover, and you're close to me, give me a shout. I'm more than happy to come out to you, share the useless knowledge in my head of different ceremonies that I've done in the past and then I've been part of in the past. The biggest thing I want you guys to take from here is this is the biggest moment in a Cub Scout career, and they're going to remember this for years to come. And if you need any help, I mean, there's so many resources in this council that we are more than happy to drop what we're doing and get to you, and give you any support and any advice that we can possibly do for you. And that's it in a nutshell.
Thanks, Zach, for your presentation on what a Webelos crossover is, and thank you all for being on the call. And I look forward to having a good crossover season, despite the challenges of the year.
If you want an online one, I don't know how much I can help on that because I'm not a technological guy, but I will do everything I can. And I know a lot of people that are a whole lot smarter than me when it comes to these Zoom meetings and web meetings, and I will get you in contact with those people also.
And I'm going to add one last thing here to Zach's offer to help. Can you guys all see this picture that just came up? Maybe.
Yep.
So if you notice, there's a sword on the back of my wall. There's a Cub Scout in uniform there. That was a crossover ceremony that I did. I'm willing to come out and do a knighting ceremony as part of the crossover. There's a Knight's Call that I give out. You know, it's a different approach, but it is a fun approach. I'm willing to come out and help at a crossover ceremony and do that for you guys.
I mean, I've been an Aero Light Scout for, I don't know, the last 36, 7 years.
Mhm.
Can I get knighted?
You may. I'd be happy to knight you, Zach.
I am so there.
Okay. So just putting that out as an offer to the Cub Scouts side as well. I'm at the council office, so give me a call as well. I'm happy to help in any way I can and have your event be successful. So with that being said, I think unless Diana, do you have anything you want to add?
Just the only thing I would add is keep being creative, guys. There's no reason that your Cub Scout crossover ceremony has to be any one thing or it has to look any one way. When my two sons crossed over, one crossed over in a more traditional painting ceremony, and the other one crossed over under a lightsaber arch while he became a Jedi. So you could go two different ways.
The last crossover I had, Diana, with my pack, we had a pirate themed blue and gold, and I was Captain Hook, and we were all dressed as pirates doing our crossover that way.
Yeah.
I mean, they're as fun as you want them to be.
And that's the thing is that, I mean, we've done, we did the Star Wars one where we actually had the Junior ROTC team from Wasilla High come, and as part of it, they did flag folding with all of the pack, and then they held the lightsaber arch for the kids to cross over, and I'm pretty sure they had more fun than we did.
Right.
And I mean, we've also done one that was Princess Bride themed, and all of the scouts were dressed as the Dread Private Roberts.
Nice.
And in the end, stormed the castle.
There you go.
So
it's all about the fun.
Agreed. If it's not fun, then why are we doing it? That's the point of Cub Scouts.
Right. So again, if you guys have any questions, any comments, any concerns, you get stuck between a rock and a hard spot. I mean, there's so many people out here that want to see these young scouts succeed, and we are, like I said, we will drop whatever we're doing, and we'll be there for you guys.
All right.
And on that note, I'm out.